For a small country like the Maldives, when one member of the community suffers, we all end up suffering. It's really in the interest of each and every one of us to take action now. With this disease come the risks of other life-threatening conditions, such as HIV/AIDS and hepatitis C. Take a look around you in the room tonight. Many of us are wearing these ribbons, the red ribbon, the white ribbon. The white ribbon symbolizing the week of action to protect and defend women against violence. Our global experience has confirmed that the cycle of addiction is very closely linked to the cycle of physical and sexual abuse. The victim of rape is 10 times more likely to become a serious drug abuser. Article 33 of the Convention on the Rights of the Child obliges UNICEF from a human rights perspective to address discrimination and neglect faced by victims of abuse. This is why we're in this with everyone, and we'll stay with you. Addicts don't need labels, they need our support. I believe that's carried on one of our billboards around the room tonight. The Community Service Centre Greengay House, which was opened earlier today, is an excellent example. And it allows us just to do that, to provide crucial services, partnerships between the National Narcotic Control Board and a growing coalition of NGOs who are addressing the social consequences of addiction. Individual counseling services, group therapy, peer support, even the beginning of vocational training services for recovering addicts too. It's a remarkable achievement, but the hard work is just beginning. Recovery is not an easy road, but it is possible. There are a number of people in this room tonight who are testimony to that. Some very brave people indeed. Great courage. Recovering addicts are not part of the problem, they are part of the solution. Look at Journey. The past 2 years, our dear friend Rado and his colleagues have become the driving force to halt the spread of drug abuse and to provide aftercare support to addicts. It's a rough ride, and sometimes we make mistakes. But that's the beauty of humanity. We have the capacity of forgiveness. Just a week ago, on the 29th of November, Journey celebrated its 2nd year anniversary. Rado and everyone from Journey, please accept our congratulations and sincere gratitude for your dedication and tremendous contribution to the drug recovery community in the Maldives. The drug problem is very complex, and it can never be solved by one person alone. Partnerships. Partnerships are crucial. And I'm very, very glad to say that the coalition of partners against drug abuse and those willing to support recovery is growing rapidly in this country. Mr. President, sincere thanks to you this evening. Being here shows how clearly your government's commitment is to combating this very serious issue. Thank you too, Honourable Minister Aisha Mohammed Didi, my dear former colleague, and our friends at the NNCB headed by Amin Ibrahim. Without your determination and tireless work, we would not be here celebrating the first ever nationwide campaign on drug prevention. I would also like to thank our partners in Dharubaaruge for their tireless efforts and very efficient support in launching and hosting the website that we will be delighted to view and launch later this evening. And TVM, of course. Without TVM, how would we begin to spread these messages across the land? There are so many people coming together, sharing their expertise, making their commitments, working on this action. Last but not least, let's also remember many young people from this capital city and around the islands near to Male who came together about 18 months ago with the original ideas for this campaign. This campaign was born from the hearts of many young people whose lives have been affected by drug abuse. And our appreciations must go to them for lighting that spark that led to the Wakeup campaign. I'd like to extend also a very special message from the UN team supporting your efforts on drug control prevention and addiction recovery. Earlier this evening I spoke to Gary Lewis, the regional representative of the Office on Drugs and Crime based in Delhi. This organization carries the principal mandate, as you would guess from the title of the organization, But these days we are working more and more as a united bloc of UN agencies to add coherent support to the government and civil society in your efforts to overcome drug-related challenges. Gary's message to us all this evening is clear. Action needs to be taken to strengthen the drug law enforcement response. The need of the hour is a coordinated and resolute effort to target organized criminal syndicates which are stealing the futures of our children for profit. These networks must be dismantled and the criminals brought to book. UNODC will soon be rendering assistance to your government, Mr. President, in this regard, and lends its full support to the Wakeup campaign. Action needs to be taken to approve and implement the National Drug Control Master Plan, and I understand that there is also definite progress on this front. UNODC's experience is that a coordinated national strategy is essential if the Maldives is to harness the full strength of all partners in the government and civil society to counter the drug abuse menace. Finally, a special word of thanks I feel are also due to a number of my incredible and inspirational UNICEF colleagues. Shireen Girgis, Antonia Antonopoulos, Yumna Rashid, Laura Fragiacomo, very sadly is not able to be with us tonight due to the recent death of her mother, Mohammed Naeem, Paula Valencia. You guys have made it so much fun to work on some of the most difficult issues that I think UNICEF has faced in its 30-year cooperation in this country. I also extend my thanks to others who are not here this evening. Joyce and David Jelani from Yakutia in Indonesia, who have quietly, patiently supported our collective work, and Jenny in particular, through the past 2 years, through peer support, exchanges, and training. This campaign is an invitation to all Maldivians. It is you, the people of this beautiful country, who possess the power to make it work. Use it well. Build on it. Join us in the cause of drug prevention and promoting recovery amongst addicts from the biggest city to the smallest island. I have joined this campaign not only as a member of UNICEF, but as a father of 3 young children. Our futures are so closely bound up together in this global age of commerce and communication. But we must have courage, and we must have the commitment. We must work together to fight this menace. The tragic tale of this young woman from Padua that I spoke of earlier must not be repeated. For the sake of all of our children and young people, no less than the future of this beautiful country depends upon it. Let's wake up. Thank you.
Shukriya, Mr. Maskall. Mr.